Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about a very important topic, that is atherosclerosis. This topic will be discussed in two parts. In this first part, major events in the pathogenesis have been described, and in the second part, various risk factors and management modalities will be described. Let's begin with the case study. Rajesh, a 62-year-old man, chronic smoker, with a history of hypertension, diabetes, was brought to the hospital with complaints of sudden onset retrosternal chest pain associated with difficulty in breathing and profuse sweating. He also gave history of lower limb pain after walking for more than 15 minutes. His father died from a stroke 2 years ago. On physical examination, his BMI was 32, blood pressure was 160 by 100 millimeters of mercury. ECG showed ST segment elevation and troponin levels were high. Random plasma glucose was 410 mg per deciliter. There was increased total cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, and HDL cholesterol was decreased. Coronary angiography showed a clot in the left anterior descending coronary artery. So the probable diagnosis in this condition is coronary artery disease, that is myocardial infarction. What are the justifications behind the diagnosis of coronary artery disease in this case? Because here the patient presented with retrosternal chest pain, difficulty in breathing and profuse sweating, which is suggestive of angina, which is the important symptom of coronary artery disease. Moreover, patient has multiple risk factors for development of coronary artery disease, like he was a chronic smoker, he has history of hypertension, diabetes, his BMI was 32, means he was obese. He also has a family history of stroke, ST segment elevation, high troponin level, hyperglycemia, dyslipidemia, clot on the coronary angiography. So all these findings are pointing towards the diagnosis of coronary artery disease, that is myocardial infarction. And the important pathological condition underlying this disease is atherosclerosis. Moreover, the patient also gave history of lower limb pain after walking for more than 15 minutes, which means that he might have peripheral vascular disease as well along with the coronary artery disease. What is atherosclerosis? Sclerosis means hardening. It is the hardening of arteries due to formation of atheromatous plaque, which leads to narrowing of the lumen and obstruction of blood vessels. Atherosclerosis affects coronary arteries and it leads to the condition coronary artery disease, which is also called as coronary heart disease or myocardial infarction. It also affects cerebral artery, leading to cerebrovascular accidents or stroke. Or it can also affect peripheral vascular arteries, leading to peripheral vascular diseases. Etiopathogenesis of atherosclerosis is based on the hypothesis which is called as response to injury hypothesis. Atherosclerosis is a chronic inflammatory response of arterial wall to the endothelial injury. As atherosclerosis is a chronic inflammatory response of the arterial wall, let us understand the three layers of arterial vessel wall. This is the schematic representation of arterial vessel wall, which shows this is the lumen of blood vessel. And the first layer is called as tunica intima. This is the tunica intima. It has endothelium. So this is the single layer of endothelium which is facing towards the lumen of blood vessel. Then comes connective tissues. This is the connective tissue layer which has collagen, proteoglycans, elastin, and there are some smooth muscle cells present here. Then comes tunica media. This is the tunica media layer which has smooth muscle cells. So all these are smooth muscle cells. Then the third layer is tunica adventitia, which has fibroblast, connective tissues, nerves, lymphatics, and vasa vasorum. So the three layers of arterial vessel are tunica intima, tunica media, and tunica adventitia. Now let's see the major events in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is a chronic inflammatory condition and it takes several years to develop this condition. The first major event is chronic endothelial injury and it is developed due to the presence of multiple risk factors like hypertension, hypercholesterolemia, then toxins from the cigarette smoke, or hyperhomocystinemia. And due to this chronic endothelial injury, it leads to endothelial dysfunction. And because of endothelial dysfunction, the permeability of endothelium is increased, and it leads to entry of LDL in the tunica intima. So these are the circulating LDL which are present in the lumen of blood vessel, and they enter the tunica intima. Along with this, cholesterol crystals are also seen in the tunica intima, and both the LDL and cholesterol crystals, they play a very important role in the development of atherosclerosis. Due to accumulation of LDL and cholesterol crystals in the tunica intima, the reactive oxygen species are produced by the damaged endothelial cells and smooth muscle cells, and it leads to oxidation of LDL. So now the LDL becomes oxidized, and it acts as a pro-inflammatory antigen. It leads to local release of growth factors, cytokines, chemokines, which increases monocyte recruitment at the dysfunctional endothelial cells. So we have seen two major events in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis. The first event is endothelial injury, and second event is accumulation of oxidized LDL and cholesterol crystals in the vessel wall. The third event in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis is monocyte adhesion to the endothelium and migration of monocytes and T lymphocytes into the intima, the differentiation of monocyte into macrophage, and formation of foam cells. So this dysfunctional endothelial cell, they express leukocyte adhesion molecule. So here monocytes and T lymphocyte adhesion occurs. So monocyte adhesion and then migration of monocyte in the tunica intima. There is also migration of T lymphocytes along with the monocytes in the tunica intima. The T cells, they play a major role in the process of atherosclerosis, and they become activated, and these activated T cells, they produce inflammatory cytokines like gamma interferon, which stimulate macrophages, endothelial cells, and smooth muscle cells. There is also platelet adhesion and aggregation at the dysfunctional endothelial cells. Then the monocytes which are accumulated in the tunica intima, they are differentiated in the macrophages. So there is macrophage formation and smooth muscle recruitment occurs. So smooth muscles are recruited in the tunica intima from the tunica media, and it occurs due to the factors released from activated platelets and macrophages. The macrophages and smooth muscle cells, they engulf lipid present in the tunica intima to form foam cells. And these foam cells, they form fatty streak. So accumulation of foam cells underneath the endothelium creates the first marker of atherosclerosis, that is a fatty streak. And these fatty streaks are an early reversible lesions. Most of the fatty streaks regress spontaneously, but some may develop into atheromatous plaques by fibroproliferative response. And the fatty streak looks like this. So the third major event in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis is monocyte adhesion to the endothelium, migration of monocytes and T lymphocytes into the intima, and differentiation of macrophages. Monocytes are converted into macrophages, and they engulf the lipid present in the tunica intima to form foam cells. These foam cells are accumulated in the subendothelial region to form fatty streak. The next event in the pathogenesis of atherosclerosis is smooth muscle proliferation and extracellular matrix production. Platelet-derived growth factor, fibroblast growth factor, TGF-alpha, these are implicated in this process. So there is smooth muscle cell proliferation in the tunica intima, and this smooth muscle cell, they produce extracellular matrix, mainly collagen, and it converts fatty streak into mature atheroma. This is the schematic representation of atheromatous plaque, which shows necrotic center which consists of cell debris. It has necrosed macrophages, cholesterol crystals, foam cells, and calcium. And this is a fibrous cap which is made up of smooth muscle cells, then lymphocytes, collagen, elastin, proteoglycans, etc. So over a period of time, this atheromatous plaque, it enlarges and it tends to obstruct the lumen of blood vessel, leading to stenosis, or it can also rupture. One of the major consequences of atheromatous plaque is the rupture and thrombus formation. Foam cells and lymphocytes make the plaque more susceptible to rupture by accelerating degradation of extracellular matrix by matrix metalloproteases. And this rupture, it exposes collagen to the bloodstream and it leads to adherence and aggregation of platelets to the exposed collagen. And due to that, there is fibrin mesh formation and it leads to formation of blood clot. What is the mechanism of causation of myocardial infarction? Thrombosis in the coronary artery leads to occlusion of blood vessel and which further leads to deprivation of blood supply to an area of myocardium which is known as ischemia, and later there is death of affected area of heart muscle that is called as infarction. So what are the various metabolic changes that occurs due to deprivation of blood supply to the myocardium? Let's see. The first is shift to the anaerobic glycolysis and there is decreased ATP. Increase of NADH due to inactive terminal electron transport chain due to lack of oxygen. Accumulation of lactic acid and other metabolites in the myocardial muscle. Increased cellular osmolarity and altered membrane permeability. Decrease in the pH of heart muscle cells and inefficient contraction of heart muscles. Let us summarize the major events in the process of atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis is the hardening of blood vessels and it is chronic inflammatory response to the injury. So endothelial cell injury is the major event which leads to endothelial dysfunction, which further leads to increased permeability, leukocyte adhesion, thrombosis, and due to increased permeability there is entry of LDL and cholesterol crystals in the intima and the oxidation of LDL occurs, and then the monocyte and lymphocytes adhesion occurs to the endothelium and migration of monocyte and lymphocytes in the intima. Later the monocytes are differentiated into macrophages. The macrophages engulf LDL to form foam cells. The aggregation of foam cells in the tunica intima in the subendothelial region is called as fatty stick. Then smooth muscle recruitment, proliferation and extracellular matrix production converts this fatty stick into mature atheroma. So there is atheromatous plaque formation. The consequences of atheromatous plaque are rupture, thrombosis, which further leads to occlusion of blood vessels. And if the coronary artery is involved, it leads to coronary artery disease, which is manifested as myocardial infarction. If cerebral artery is involved, it leads to cerebrovascular accidents. If peripheral vessels are involved, it leads to peripheral vascular disease.